Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is June 21st, 2012. Here's a garden update. As you can see, we are less than 4 weeks into the season and the tomato box is going crazy. This is excellent. I am very pleased with the growth here. I have 8 plants in this box. This is a 4x6. And as you can see, we have some fruit developing, so things are looking promising. Check this out, look at that, beautiful. Plants look very healthy. What did I do differently this year? Well, definitely consider the spacing. I think 8 is the maximum for this box. I also recognized that last year some of the lower hanging, stalks here, I guess, if I left them in the ground, they would develop this type of condition where it would try and suck up the water, and it just overall didn't promote a really healthy plant, as healthy as it could be. So I definitely paid attention to the bottom and tried to pull those out and prune them, and I think that's made a pretty big difference. So again, 4 weeks in, each plant that's here is a different variety, so maybe I'll go into the varieties in another video, but things are looking good. So that's the tomato box. Now we go over here. Oh, something new for this year, this big windmill, right? Pinwheel, windmill, whatever, pinwheel. Because the birds were just crazy this year. As you can see, my cucumber plant is looking very healthy, but I had another one that was here. That is one thing I recognized from last year. I put too many cucumbers last year, and this little homemade trellis didn't work out so well. So I thought 2 would be my maximum. Well, the birds had a different idea. But I'm going to show you what I brought in this year to get rid of the birds. So more to come on that. So I didn't end up replenishing this. I just kind of left it. I think this one will be fine, but again, learn something. I have 4 jalapenos here that look pitiful. I think a combination of the birds and maybe some type of worm or slug or something. They're not growing very well. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. I don't think I'm going to replace them at this point. They normally take several weeks to completely mature. So we'll see how it goes. But again, you learn. These are sweet banana peppers, and I think they're growing pretty well. So check that out. Got some babies on here. I think this will be fine. Now, one thing I did learn: do not plant these next to the eggplant, because what happens is these larger leaves of the eggplant will cover the peppers, which definitely need full sun and heat. And that shade is probably going to stunt the growth of this plant, although it seems the same size as the others, but we'll see. So again, I will make a note of that in my journal that I keep. Something new this year are snap sugar peas. I'm not really crazy about how this looks, but I used 2 tomato cages for 4 plants. So the bottoms don't look that great. It took me a little bit of time to get the cages and put them on there, but they seem to have taken over the cage very well, so you can see that. I don't know, I got to come up with some better trellis situation than this. I don't really like how this is going, but we'll see what type of, I think overall these plants look pretty healthy, so we'll see what happens. Swiss chard, again, 4 weeks in, we are already thinning this out. I love Swiss chard. I didn't plant it last year, but that's a story there. Something interesting I learned for this year: I never had a problem with slugs before, but I wanted to, because I don't put any, this is all organic gardening, right? I do not use Miracle-Gro or anything like that. This is all my compost, leaves that I will grind up and put in to amend the soil and make it healthy. Anyway, the Swiss chard and this red sail variety lettuce, they were getting a couple of slugs. So, for every 4 or 5 leaves that I would cut out to consume, I'd find like 3 different slugs. So I was reading, and I found that if you take cornmeal, right? I have a jar here, lay it on its side, put some cornmeal in there, and I'm not kidding you, last week I probably had like 9 slugs that were in here. Now it seems like the ants are taking it over, but what I'll do maybe in a day or two, I'll dump that out and put some fresh cornmeal in there just in case there are any slugs left, but that really worked. So if you're looking for a non-toxic solution, I highly recommend it. I have a celery plant here. My daughter actually planted this one and she reminds me of that every time, so it's looking pretty good. And we come over to the herb box. Oh, check this out. Look, arugula off the side of the box. And believe it or not, we will harvest it and actually eat it from here. So it's funny. Love how that works. So here's my oregano plant, which is going crazy. I actually left that in and it came up again. So perennial, pretty excellent. I have some lemon thyme over there. I have parsley, which I needed to replace because these birds were crazy this year. It really pissed me off, but hey, it's a game of adjustments, right? There's another bird defense here. So there's parsley, and of course there is, my gosh, how can I forget the name of this? Parsley, and wow, I will come back. Sage. Sage is new for this year. I haven't planted sage yet, but definitely like to use it. We have some French tarragon. That's what we have going on here. Had a lot of empty space this year. I just could not think of anything else to go in here. I didn't want to waste anything because I've noticed I've done that in the past where I have planted too much. Basil. My God, how could I forget that? My wife is going to kill me. So anyway, basil there. And let me show you guys the actual true defender of my garden. Behold, the Millennium Falcon. This guy, he has changed the flight of birds mid-flight. They'll come flying in and they see him and that is it. They're changing direction. So it really worked. Talked to one of the guys at the nursery and he says, I said, hey, should I get an owl? He's like, no, get this hawk. This definitely works. Hey, look at that, Hawk LMT. Check it out, he's channeling you. Anyway, thanks guys. Sorry for the lengthy message, but I was really excited and too many weeks went by without an update. So hopefully you'll enjoy and happy gardening to everyone. Thanks.